G'day all, welcome back to another Ash applications video. I just had a number of requests come through about what are the best principles for packing uniforms into suitcases. Alright, so I'll just give you a couple of quick hints on how I do it, and of course you let me know if you've got anything else to add in the comments below. So here we go. Right, so this suitcase is quite a large one. That doesn't mean you have to fill it all the way up, because you still got your weight restrictions, especially on an aircraft. So this one here, it's just got the ridge in here. So what I like to do is just for an example, I've got a jumper there, and then I've got a towel there, but that can be filled up with any clothes or anything that's relatively soft. What I've done there is created a nice sort of foundation. So the next thing that I'm going to put in there is the slouch hat. So the slouch hat goes right down here, and this is towards the bottom. Alright, that's your first option for packing your slouch hat. The second option is that you actually slide it into a holder, which is our press and carries, and then you pack around it. Alright, so what I mean by that is you've got your parade boots. You place your parade boots around them as well, like so, and then every crevice that you've got in between here you can fill up with other clothes or other accoutrements. And this is the bottom here, so this is where all of the items will tend to gravitate. Okay, with the boots, to maximise your space within there, is you always put things relative to the boot in there. Right, so there's some polish. We've got socks that we can put in there as well on either side. Socks are good too, because you can lay them flat anywhere in the crevices as well. So you've got your shoe polish, you've got your shoe polish rags that you always put in with your shoes as well, or your boots for that matter. So they go there. So that's how we pack around things like that. Now you've also got your parade belt. So once again, that's nice and flat, and I always leave, and this is how I store it, I always leave a cloth rubber band around to it, because that's brass and that's malleable, and that'll scratch, alright, quite easily. So make sure that you keep that relatively secure in a place where it's not going to get too damaged and roughed up, and that'll prevent that as well. Alright, now for going on to uniforms. Rightio, so you can see here I've added a bit more items that I've adjusted where I'm going to put the shoes. Placed their socks in, I've got toiletries. This represents some of the clothes that you put in there as well. You're trying to build up around the slouch hat here, so to prevent anything from actually getting on and pushing down onto the crown. It's not too much of an issue, because these things are really hardy, so if you do get anything pushing down there and like in transit, that will just pop out again. Alright, so these are pretty hardy, but you want to try and keep the brim in a state where it's supported and it's flat and doesn't look like it's got more twist than the 60s when it gets to the other end. So right at the end I'll give you the best option of packing your slouch hat or when you're in transit. So let's go on with the uniforms now. Rightio, so polyesters, place them into your suitcase. I always leave them in a suit holder. If you don't have a suit holder, you can make one that'll suffice by just getting a garbage bag and cutting out a hole in the bottom of it and then sliding that over there. Okay, now so it's not going to fit all the way in, right? So what I do is I just bring it up to the top there. This is where the top of your shirts are, still with the coat hangers and everything on it, and then fold from the bottom. And the reason I do that is because the bottom half of your shirt usually gets tucked in, right? So you're not going to, it's not going to matter too much if that's got a slight wrinkle in it, which you can fix at the other end anyway. It's much easier to fix the bottom of your shirt than the top of your shirt. Alright, so polyester's going like so. Let's tuck that in. Okay, with your AMCUs. Okay, so these things, they go, I always put these right on the top, so the top layer. Okay, once again the same principle there, and there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can do it the same way as the polys, and then fold the bottom, or you can adjust it to have it going this way, so you've got that, you haven't got that void up here that isn't filled. Okay, but be aware that obviously everything gravitates to the bottom, so that's probably the best way of doing it, is like so. Just folding the sleeves in. Rightio, so that's uniforms and everything. That, and like I said, everything is on top, so that just prevents it from getting crushed right at the bottom. Okay, when you get to the other end, you can just take them out. They're still on their hangers. You hang them up, ready to iron. Or the other way, if it's only slightly creased, you leave them in the hot shower. When you're going for a hot shower, the steam from the same room, not in the shower with you, but in the same room, has the effect of taking out the wrinkles as well. Alright, so let's go on to the last option there with your slouch hat. Righto, so the best option for you transporting a slouch hat is just to put it in the press holder and take it onto the plane with you. Okay, or the bus or whatever you're going, and you know that it'll be 100% looked after when you get to the other end. Not only that, you look highly professional when you're strolling through the airport with one of those things as well. It shows that you understand the what that hat means, what it represents, and you take care of it. Rightio, just for some bonus footage now. So I've demonstrated how I pack for a transit. This is how or what I pack and how I pack for a really local parade. And a local one is like you turn up to a unit, you get changed there, and then you get on a bus or whatever and you go into the parade location. Slightly different for me from how I pack everything. So I'll show you what I go through. So I just use my dive bag. Chuck in the boots. The boots have always got, I keep them in the box, because in the box I've got all of the polish and rags and everything like that. That's polished up at least the night before. You make sure you have your socks in there. Sand brown, of course, which is polished well before the occasion and kept in a box with a towel. And I always take accoutrements, okay, a large box of them. Always have a stapler there as well. The reason why is I have lost count of the time for a parade location, and one of my soldiers has said, "Hey sir, that has some sort of late minute uniform malfunction. So if I carry something, I can generally fix it up for them before they step off on the parade." Chin strap's a big one. That's why I carry that stapler, and that's why I demonstrate using the stapler technique, because it's so easy to fix 2 minutes before you're about to step off. Alright, so I place everything into that I need in the dive bag. The uniforms, of course, prepared well before the occasion. Everything is placed onto the uniforms and given the final check the night before, left in the hanger and placed into the car. Slouch hat, of course, goes in the board. It goes in the press and carrier. So I carry a dive bag, I carry my slouch hat in the press and carrier, and I carry my uniform in the suit holder already made up within the coat hangers. So that's just an extra bonus on what I do for a local parade. There you go, that's another quick video, a few helpful handy tips that I hope are useful for you. Please let me know if you've got any others in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for your time.